You ever seen Wiggers at a funeral?
Mm-mm.
Dog.
They good?
Man busted out his best flapper in with the sticker still on it at a funeral, dog.
That's sick.
Dude.
That's sick.
2 of them. Well, last week we were talking about
The Bilderberg Group. And I remember...
No, the Black Pope.
The Black Pope.
The general...
The Jesuits.
Of the Jesuits.
Yes. Well,
This is
who the black nobility are basically... They work with the Jesuits and the Black Pope. I forget who the Gray Pope is, but...
Well, Gray Jedi are the coolest, so I would have to assume popes follow suit.
Yeah. Obviously. But black nobility was basically a collection of these like aristocratic families in Venice in like 700 to 1800. So like when the Republic of Venice, so that's what it is. It's like this like Venetian black nobility, and it was basically just like
it's crazy because Italians don't like black people. That they would name it that.
I forget what it was. Why it's
It traditionally, not all of them.
Traditionally, yeah. But and then later on to be compared to black people.
Well, I think that's what they hate more than anything.
That's probably it. Yeah.
I don't know how much they actually hate them. I think it's more just like easy. We'll hang out with them, but we're not down.
Yeah,
I think that's more their mentality.
I
I also think they feel like they got a lot of their swag copied
by black people.
Yeah.
You think black people stole Italian swag?
I think there was an influence. I don't know that they stole it. I would say some of it was predicated on Italian swag.
Hey!
But white people stole so much of
Do you
black
think
stuff,
Italian...
you can't even bring it up because then you get hit with 40 things from the other direction.
No.
Go,
Do you think Italians... Do you think...
And Italians aren't white people.
Did Italians wear the chain first?
Yes, because black people probably didn't want to wear chains for the longest time.
Black people never wanted to wear chains.
Until Goodfellas.
Until Goodfellas.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they fought... tomorrow, Juneteenth.
Really?
The chains came off. Then to think years later...
It would be a status symbol.
It's more symbolic.
Yeah, they brought the N-word back. They brought chains back.
It's fucked up. You know what it is? It's almost like, you know when like you run a computer for a long time and then it starts filling up with like the RAM starts filling up and blah, blah, blah. It gets all the things. You got to do a factory reset. So culturally, things are swinging back.
You're saying that's the default.
I don't know. I'm not saying anything.
Because I would feel almost like that's what they were driven towards. So it's weird that they've chosen it.
Maybe.
You know what's weird to me is not weird that I don't understand it. Just weird that like I would have assumed I would have been dumb for falling for it, but everyone seemed to have fell for it. Is in like the 70s and stuff. That Afrocentric movement where black people were all like into Africa stuff.
I love that.
If I was black during that time, that would have been me. But also in hindsight, it's like, well, you really don't have any connection to it, right?
No.
I mean, unless you're going straight up to like it's in my blood thing, which I can kind of get down with. But I feel like most people don't think that way.
But also like Africans are kind of like racist towards like other like black people.
They didn't know that yet, though.
No, absolutely no.
They thought if they went back, it'd be like fucking bongo dance party.
Because I know like Islanders are. Islanders, like if you go to Jamaica, like they don't call themselves black. They're Jamaican. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or like Bahamas.
Well, because countries have culture, and America is like the melting pot.
That is, yeah.
I was kind of talking. No one responded to me. But I threw my hat in the ring in a conversation on Twitter about that because dude was saying, shout out Naeem Ali from the Deer Tag and the Do-Rag podcast. Very much alive. Good comedian. But he was saying how like there is no white culture. There's like Italian culture or German culture. And I'm like, right. And you could make the argument that there is American culture, but where those countries are small enough, there's like one or two types of people, or
America's so big that you have everybody.
So when we got 15 cultures, depending on where you go, and then we stay so mixed up, it's hard to like pin down what culture. But he was just making the point that like white people isn't a thing the same way black people isn't really a thing, which is what I'm always saying, because black people got grouped together not knowing where they came from post-slavery, so it makes sense. But then white people, like out of racism towards every new type of white people, decided to make white people. They'd like join forces with another type of white just to be against Irish, and then like join forces with Irish to be against Italian. Like,
and also like just a lot of, I mean, in general, like I can't go very far back in my family. Like I could trace back to like Italy and Poland and shit, but like some people don't know anything. So it's like, if you don't know...
That's what I mean about the blood thing. I think about that all the time, too. I don't know how long my family was in Italy and Ireland.
I have no fucking idea.
They could have just fucking got there.
They could have moved there and lived there for a month.
And technically, I could have no Irish blood. I do, because I did the ancestry thing. But I'm just saying, like, technically, they could have just moved there and been... their bloodlines from fucking wherever the fuck.
And who knows where they came from? Who knows where their parents came from? Because I don't know. We don't have records.
I know
back to my great-grandma.
I know great-great-grandparents.
Great-great, yeah.
That's it. That I know of. I met great.
The other side, we don't fucking know. Nobody knows. My grandpa, the grandpa on my dad's side, my grandpa Jonas, he has a different last name. His last name is Pete. On his birth certificate, nobody knows. Nobody knows why. You ask him, he has no fucking idea. He's not adopted. You know the parents.
I got stuck with the gayest last name out of my whole family.
Really? Apparently his dad was running from the mob and he had to change his name or some shit, or he was in the mob or some shit. I can't remember, but some shit happened, and then he fled to Joliet. And then they went back to Chicago. But yeah, nobody knows the last name, but I'm sorry, keep going.
It'd be funny if your criminal family knew my criminal family in
That'd
Chicago.
be really funny.
I wonder what the years were.
My grandpa Rizzo had a bar somewhere, and like, was it Bugsy, whatever the fuck?
His real name wasn't Moran. Moran was what he made up.
Oh, okay.
But yes, Bugsy Moran.
Oh, Bugsy Moran, yeah. He used to go into my grandpa's bar. They would all hang out.
My criminal family would go to A&J's Lounge in Chicago.
Really?
If that does anything.
I don't know what that means.
That was they were.
I wish I knew more shit about that, because that stuff's interesting to me. You know what I mean?
They were all rednecks, but they hung out with some Italians. So that's why I wonder if there was any overlap.
Maybe
they had like one mob guy.
I envy these people. I envy these people that know like their family history. Because like it would be so interesting.
My mom likes knowing all the stuff.
How do you find it? I have no fucking idea how to do any of that.
She just asked people. Like no one in my dad's family is so like stuffy. No one ever asked my great-grandpa, my pop, like anything about the war. My mom did, and she like secretly videotaped them. And now everyone in my family has like a videotape of their dad or their grandpa telling this story. And they never would have had it without my mom. Like my mom just asks people about shit and will like write it down, and I don't know.
There should be a company that goes in that digs up dead bodies and takes DNA samples and does DNA tests.
Well, once we figure out where memories are in your brain, we can dig people up, and then you can put their life on a projector.
Yeah. Well, the brain's probably deteriorated, going to the bones.
But with the DNA, you can regrow them.
That is true. 100%. Absolutely.
Or can you think for a second? And not embarrass me on the cast. Obviously, their brain would have deteriorated.
No, I wish I had the... Is it the foresight? Foresight, not Forsyth.
Forsyths.
I wish I had foresights. I wish my parents I wish we had the foresight to do like that 23andMe shit earlier with like my grandparents.
So into it as a kid.
I was too. We never did it. Nobody was into it. I was like, "Yo, we should do this. It tracks everything." And we're like, "Yeah, what are we gonna do? It's $100 and something dollars." It's like, "Yeah, but Grandma's 90. What are we doing?"
Yeah. No, we had a little family tree that was just from my great-grandparents down, because they had 4 kids, but only 2 of them had kids. So my dad's family isn't that big. So it could like fit on some shit like that. I like in Harry Potter in that one house, Sirius's house. They have like a wall of this whole family tree. I like, just knowing
That's cool.
how you can Wikipedia like those old families and they just know all their history and shit.
Yeah.
Motherfucker goes back to Nimrod.
Yeah, like what the or it goes back to the black nobility shit. Like these Orsini families and these Colonna families or whatever, they trace their shit back to the Renaissance. The fuck?
Did
How? Of course you're in power. Of course you're running shit,
bro?
That's probably the key to everything. If you know your history, you know
your draconian connection.
Disgusting.
What were you saying with draconian?
I was watching a video. The through the precession of the equinox, every 25,000 years, because of the tilt, the North Star changes. So
Right.
ours is in Polaris right now. Last age, or not age, last I don't know what you call the whole thing. Last precession.
Yeah, I guess.
It was in the North Star was in the Draco, whatever the fuck.
It means in reference to laws rigorous, extreme, severe, or harsh. The name means sharp-sighted, and then it says sea dragon, and then below it says dragon.
Tiamat.
Huge serpent, giant sea fish.
How's your PowerPoint?
I didn't get too much further this week. I've been very fucked up sleep-wise.
Yeah.
I've been all over the place.
It's disgusting.
Bro, I saw a commercial. It was like the medicine, like a pharmaceutical ad. So it's like got that nice music playing. Dun, 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 dun. Like, medicine for bitches.
Yes.
And it just a lady.
Slut RX.
And an older lady comes on and goes, "These are my breasts. We've been through a lot. Divorce, a grandson. I'm more than breast cancer."
A grandson?
A grandson.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Because you wouldn't breastfeed your grandson.
That's what the commercial said. I believe I was watching the UFC. I don't know what else I would get commercials on, really.
These tits have been through everything.
Divorce. And it's like,
Titty jobs.
why would divorce? Wouldn't they be getting used less during divorce? Or are you saying you got fucked? You got ran through after your divorce? Like, I don't understand.
These tits made money after my divorce. No.
I feel like you could have just said the breast cancer part.
I hope if RFK does anything, I hope he outlaws medicine commercials.
That'd be sick.
Because I'm tired of seeing this shit. They're fucking terrible, dude. Every commercial on now is dog shit.
If I wanted to get things done, I would run on the platform of, other countries are beating us in this. Other countries aren't subjected to this.
I think that's what they do. People don't give a shit. Or people do give a shit, but it's not going to change because the pharmaceutical companies are the ones that own all these media companies.
Well, there's that.
They're the biggest endorsement, or they're the biggest people that pay for all the ads and shit. So
that's
it's like all
also
these media
their audience, like older people watch the news.
But older people also like other things. How about you go play some shit about here? Get outside. Go buy a Subaru.
They don't want to go buy Subarus.
Yeah, I'm not buying that fucking lesbian car.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
God damn it, I'm getting a Ford. Get a Bronco.
They want a pickup truck that they don't pick up anything in.
Never.
And they have trouble getting out of, but they keep it clean.
Clean, dude.
As a whistle. the wife can barely get in and out of the thing. Goes, why didn't you just let me take my car? And goes, got a belt buckle.
Nope.
Not from Texas.
Never.
Just likes the aesthetic. Likes that Yellowstone show.
Yeah,
Isn't that the gayest shit?
Landman.
Can you imagine at like 40-something years old, you adopt a new personality because of a TV show? Like a child.
That's what these people do. That's all these people. Every big show that comes out, you see the people walking around. You're like, wow. So you made your whole entire personality off of this fake fucking dude.
I resent culture so much for having comic books and stuff be gay when I was a kid. And then And then they take it and actually make it gay.
Would you have rather have grown up in this era, though? Thinking
No.
like, oh, the MCU is so cool.
Bro, I grew up with Justice League Unlimited.
I know, but that's what I mean. Like,
I would trade that for nothing.
but that's what I mean. Like, we grew up in the best era of that shit.
Yeah, I used to go to
like,
war
the
with
cartoons.
people
Yeah.
from the 80s saying that their era was better. And I would be like, I respect your era. I love your era.
It's fine.
My era literally butt fucks yours. And I don't mean to say that to be disrespectful. I'm just saying that we, like, pure quantity and quality.
Yeah.
Like, we just, like, late 90s, early 2000s is
And there are
unstoppable.
There are some banger old shows.
Obviously, the 80s
but it's
are
not
sick.
but it's like, it's
The
like
60s are sick.
yeah, the 60s are sick.
Space Ghost,
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, and fucking Super Friends.
Go back further, a little
All
Tom and Jerry.
S-words. Looney Tunes, I love.
Classics. But what else came out that era? Nothing. You go to our era, you got every
Bang,
other
bang,
cartoon's
bang,
a
bang.
banger. Tarkovsky.
Yeah, you could put Tartovsky up against a decade's worth of cartoons. Just his shit.
Yeah.
That man.
What is he, Jewish?
Russian, I would assume.
Tarkovsky?
Tartovsky, right?
Yeah.
I guess if you do anything in an accent, though, it helps.
Let's get ethno-guesser going. I'm feeling hot.
Yeah.
Doris Burke.
I hate her.
She's
Do you know who that is?
not
even?
guaranteed for next season.
Good.
I know you hate her. That's why I saved this.
It's fucking embarrassing.
I saw.
You know what's not embarrassing? Real quick. Hajime Fuji volunteered for the kamikaze, but Japan's government was like, nah, you got a wife and kids, so you can't. We're only taking, like, single folk right now. And to honor him, his wife drowned her kids and herself so that he could go on the kamikaze mission.
Shut the fuck up.
And that's not gay and dumb.
Who's this?
Hajime Fuji. And he flew as a kamikaze in 1945.
Isn't that crazy?
It's a different type of person.
When they get methed up?
Yes. But the lady didn't.
No. That's insane.
It's a different type of person.
Drowning yourself.
You know how hard it would be to drown yourself? I mean, I guess unless you, like, tied a brick to yourself. But to just hold yourself down and, like, not... That'd be
like
nuts.
Imagine drowning yourself like in a bathtub.
Yeah. Like, that's really good willpower. I have a lockbox I can't stay out of.
But I think if you're that dedicated to do that for your country,
Just put a cinder block on your chest, I guess.
that's incredible. That's not incredible. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Is that brainwash?
The negative side of it would be possible brainwashing, yes. I like to look at it as honor and samurai culture and Bushido.
You think that's what that is?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. That is what it is.
It's a different era.
It's not North Korea.
It's a different era, though. That's
Same
like
culture.
1940.
Their culture wasn't diluted like other people's. They have a direct line from that.
I don't know if that. Look up if there's a connection between kamikaze pilots and samurai code.
Bushido kamikaze.
And if you're right, scroll up. You got it.
To
Scroll up.
us, it's Bushido. Oh, you wanted the AI answer?
Bushido, the samurai code, deeply influenced. Okay, fine, whatever. That's interesting. I found a really cool Bushido.
You hate anime.
It's a little gay.
You hate it.
I found a cool documentary you would like on Tube about
Two-Base. Whoa. What did you do to me?
Tube.
Tubi really might be one of the better streaming services.
It is. It's got everything. It's unhinged. They got a good samurai documentary about this.
How didn't you know it?
Not this. It's about like
You just pointed at it.
Bushido.
Yeah, it's sick.
I started at night. I didn't want to finish it.
Wow, you're on a real Asian kick. You watch 36 Chambers.
I have been.
Watch that.
Well, now I'm drifting more Italian
Yes.
with the God. I might watch Godfather 3 tonight.
You should watch the Bruce Lee one where he's in Rome, the perfect fusion of your two.
Oh, we watched that. We didn't watch it. We watched the fight scene at work.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Grabbing Chuck Norris's chest hair.
Disgusting.
Nick sent me that clip of he said I think he said it was 6 years ago we found it. The two swordsmen of Shaolin, where it's the two guys fighting, and the one guy throws up for the jump kick and whoosh,
rips his nuts off.
Rips his nutsack clean off him.
That's
cinema.
Has that happened before?
In history?
Yeah.
I assume it must have. I don't think you can just imagine that for a movie. I think a warrior can imagine that.
Do you think someone's probably done that?
Yeah.
By hands, ripped off someone's nuts. That's horrific to think about.
Yeah.
Look it up.
No. I don't want to taint whatever I got going on. I've looked up some gruesome things.
World War II is so fucking cool.
It sucks how bad it's sick. Like
it's like there's so
and it sucks how not sick World War III would be compared to it.
Oh, World War III would be horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. No, World War II is like every aspect of shit you've never heard about.
Dude.
You've heard so much about World War II your entire life. And then you'll pick up something and it's like, oh, I didn't know that the Japanese were running secret medical operations, and then we bought all the info and we pardoned all these people. Like, what? That's crazy.
No, I thought my little documentary on Netflix was over at 6 episodes, and it turns out it's like 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's chock full.
It's jam-packed.
Info.
Is it Turning Point?
No, it's a Netflix original one.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good.
Okay. There's like a Turning Point Vietnam one I want to watch.
There's I guess one point during the war where I think it said it was just England and America wasn't a part of this mission, but they were getting fucked up because they were bombing stuff during the daytime, so the planes were getting fucked up because they could see them. So then this one, like, they called him like a mad dog or a bulldog of like a general. They're like, or an attack dog, they called him. Like, yeah, they sent him in there because they knew he would, like, do what needed to get done. And he started doing night missions where the planes wouldn't get fucked up. And he's like, the historians were like, obviously, the planes can't see that well either, but he wasn't as worried about hitting direct targets as much as he was just, carpet bombing the planes. And he's like, and this was the first time we had attacked, like, the German civilians. And I was like, we were attacking German civilians? I never but again, like, I think it was just England, not America, they said.
That's
but
crazy.
I was like, damn, I never realized we just straight up were like, all right, y'all playing dirty?
Carpet bomb them.
Yeah, which is totally fair. I mean, they were doing it to them.
But it is fucked up just, like, shit can just
I never realized.
Shit can just pop off around you. And, like, you think, like, war, like, at least from, like, our perspective, I'm obviously not on the other side of the world, but war from our perspective is like, damn, fuck, there's a war going on,
and you
man.
put the paper down and you cut it into your beautiful breakfast.
How about this war, huh?
Yeah. Damn.
When other countries are like, yeah, we might get carpet bombed today.
Back to the bunker.
Get in your base, get in the bunker.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
And then you realize why, like, Darren Kunu exists in Turkey, the underground tunnel city.
It is interesting.
Because shit will just pop off, and you need a place.
It's interesting how, like, I don't know if you had the same thing as a kid, but I was all about, like, damn, tunnels would be sick.
I would love it.
Yeah.
My
friend were always like, damn, tunnel from my house to your house on the other side of the block. Easy.
That's a dream, honestly. My dream is to have, like, 50 acres with a nice little house in the middle, on a hill, mountain view.
In the middle.
Not in the middle. I like to be up high, so I can overlook my land and my view. And then I would like little outhouses of different things on the land. Fields of you got everything you need. You're growing your own food,
Beets.
off grid, beets. I think about beets, figs,
Yeah.
olives, and then an underground tunnel bunker system that would go underneath, and I can have a nice little
Just as a project.
a little bomb shelter underneath my
Little
home
thing I can go
that
get
I
some
can
digging in,
escape
some
to.
exercise.
Some people would call it a man cave, and I would love a man cave.
No, thank you.
A lead-lined, deep,
So Superman can't find it.
lead-lined, deep.
Do you even get it?
He can't see through lead with his X-ray vision. Yeah. Duh.
Okay.
And he's allergic to lead.
No. He just can't see through. Was I looking at you like, and? No, the back cave is lined with lead.
I'm also big on I like a secret door. I like a secret hatch you could pop, go down in
Into
a tunnel.
the cave system.
Into
yes.
the cave, yes.
Ideally.
And not even like a big cave. It's literally just down. You can go a couple ways. Maybe this way takes me to the shed or the garage, the big barn. Pop up and in there, down,
Where
under.
all my guns are.
Oh, brother, it's loaded. Yeah.
They think I'm being held at gunpoint in a room. Psych. You're being held at gunpoint. I'm behind you.
I'm behind you,
Yeah.
yes. There's dead ends, traps, trap walls, different tunnel systems. No, not all that. but
Various tunnel systems.
very deep.
Dead ends with traps.
And that's probably illegal to do.
Hey, they're going to charge me property taxes. I should be able to do it.
I own the ground underneath. How deep can I go?
Exactly.
That's what you should ask.
Because you have a certain amount of airspace.
Yeah.
Like 20 feet or something.
I wonder what the rule is on that.
I think you got like 20 feet.
Of your property?
Because drones aren't supposed to be able to come down into your like airspace, no?
I don't know.
I might be lying.
I don't know.
Very possible.
I could fly my drone wherever the fuck I want.
I mean, I hope you fly it close enough where I can swipe at it like a fucking jungle cat. I can knock it out of the sky.
I wonder how deep you own in your home.
Oh, you know what I saw?
This says, in general, when you own a piece of land, you own the space above and below it, extending to the heavens and to the depths.
What is that, Bible law?
However, there are some practical and legal limitations.
Sure.
Because you own everything underneath, you don't have the right to extract materials underneath your house. So, like, if you find like uranium under your house, I don't think you could start strip mining.
But I do own it.
Mineral rights could be separate than surface rights, meaning you don't own the rights to resources like oil and minerals beneath your house.
What about bones? Isn't that a thing? Don't you get to keep dinosaur bones?
So that must be a separate thing when you go buy. Oh, I wouldn't say shit if I found a bone.
I would say shit if I found oil. I'd take it to a oil man. I'm going to tell the government. Like, hey, man. Want to look at a deal?
So that's probably what people do, though. They go buy land and then they buy the mineral rights under that land.
Where do you buy those from?
The same guy, probably. Separate dude.
The real... The same guy or a separate dude?
I meant to say same guy, separate organization, separate contract.
Same guy works for both organizations?
Yeah, well, you can do both.
You're all over the map.
As above, so below.
Yeah, that was an interesting wording.
I heard Big John McCarthy said John Jones performed a sexual act.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's that about?
He said, like, the whole room, and he's like, well, I would disqualify you if you did that, John. I was like, I don't know if that means he put, like, his finger up his ass as, like, a wrestling move. No, that's not what that is. That's Japanese fun.
That's just boys being boys.
As far as I understand.
That's boys being boys, baby.
Yes, that's in Japanese nut tap. Ass poke. That's all that is.
A rectal poke.
Yeah, the John Jones thing, I don't know. I read that same thing. I heard him talk about it and was like, That was the only thing I could think of because that's like a thing wrestlers, not like all of them, but if anyone were to do it, they are a wrestler.
If you're into it.
That's like the only place that comes from.
That's a move?
That's an oil check.
That's a move, though?
Not really, but it's like a dirty move. Because you're just going to it's like a dog. Like, it just makes someone let go, like, get the fuck out. Like, you just spaz. So if you're, like, in a hold, potentially someone could.
Oil check.
Yes. It's not a move. Like, you would.
That's
so I don't know if he, like, wanted to fuck. Because John Jones is for sure gay.
He is?
Dude, there's a video of him getting passed around by, like, Middle Eastern dudes in a pool where they're, like, he looks like he's doing, like, swim aerobics, but they're, like, putting him through it, and he looks the happiest I've ever seen him more than winning belts.
Really?
Yeah. And he beats his wife, which is
only a gay man can do
homosexual thing to do.
It is a very homosexual thing.
To want to beat up a lady's face and not a pussy. Am I right? I saw people saying that Trump is going to lose the World Cup and the Olympics being held in America. We're going to like lose out on these bids. I don't know if they're like for sure things or if we're just putting our hat in the ring. And he's like, it's because of him. People aren't going to want to come here. And I remember when Qatar had the World Cup and there were reports of like how it was basically like legal slaves they were using to because they had to build a stadium for it, and then people were like dying from heat exhaustion and stuff. So
and they were like,
Qatar had like basically the way we think the Jews built the slaves in the history books. That's what they did to build a stadium, basically
a coliseum.
Yeah, and Beijing had the Olympics, and no one was like, stop making children make eyes.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Everyone was down with that.
Stop slave labor in Africa. Stop that.
So everyone was
But now it's like, oh, Trump's a bad guy. But no one can fucking tell you what he's doing wrong. Like, yeah, he does have some dumb shit. Like, he does do some dumb things. Nobody's saying anything about that. Everybody holds a sign that says, stop no kings. And then someone's like, what does that mean? And they go, well, we just want to like, Trump, he's bad.
Did you see what happened with that though?
No.
They had to change it.
Why?
They changed it to like no something else because
England got mad.
Other countries were they changed it to be like, well, we don't want to offend any like monarchies, and it's like, but your whole thing was no kings.
Yeah.
So
you don't like the monarchy then?
You were attempting to, like, I don't understand. It's like, well, not those ones.
Well, we just don't like Trump. We just don't like. So the people that paid us really didn't tell us like what the thing was. They kind of just handed us a sign that said no kings. Mm-hmm. So like, I really don't have an opinion. I just kind of got paid and bust around to go to these protests.
I'm like an arts and crafts person more than I am like a poli-sci guy.
Bro, I fucking hate these people. Like with so much passion. My mom goes, hey, I saw an Instagram Threads comment and I liked it, and then I saw that it was yours, and I go, what was it? And she like said what it was. Speech. Well, it wasn't that bad. And I was fucking with some dude because he was like, what would this country be without immigrants? And I literally go, safe. And people got fucking pissed. And I go, you could see all my things. And she goes, yeah, they pop up sometimes. I go, I put some real hateful things on there, to be honest with you. They're not true. It's fun. I'm on there riffing.
Yeah. I'm a troll.
But no, dude, nobody could fucking tell you what Trump's done bad. And he's done some shitty things. But everybody just points their finger and goes, fucking fascist.
Well, he does seem to be also under the control of Israel like everyone else, which is unfortunate.
100%.
Oh, I had like a wet dream about those people that sit down in front of your car to protest climate change. I was in like, I don't know if I had a little bit of pills in me, and I was just someone said it and it just entered my head, and I had an absolute majestic fantasy of just massacring those people.
Every time I see someone driving through those protests, not obviously there are some terrorism ones, but the people that are just like it. People get so pissed off because they're like, this person fucking barreled through the protest, fucking kill them. And it's like, you watch how it started, and it's just somebody trying to get through, and then someone fucking bangs on their hood, and then someone fucking hits their sign with their car, and then a guy just gets pissed off and goes, all right, and fucking peels out.
You forget I was in a fucking car.
Yeah, it's that, and it's like, yo, who's paying for my car? Like I know your ass ain't. You're not working on a Wednesday afternoon. I'm on my way to work. I'm gonna get another fucking point if you assholes are in the middle of the road. Like, I'm gonna lose my job. Have you seen that video of the black chick that got out of the car and literally said that point? She's like, I'm on my way to work.
And that guy made that face, and he's like, work, and looked at her like she was gonna understand. And she was like,
yeah, what are you talking? Like, we're real people. You guys are fucking sheep that work for this
excuse to day drink.
Yeah, what the fuck? But yeah, no, she gets out of the car.
Tailgating.
Yeah, she gets out of the car. She's like, I'm literally gonna get, like, you guys stand for, like, pro black people, pro this. It's like, I gotta get to my job. You're not letting me through. And she goes, there's nothing I could. That's just where it's a protest.
In my fantasy, I was in the back of an Uber, and I was also late for work. And the Uber was like, man, this thing's going to fuck my whole day up making money because I'm not going to be able to get as many people. So everything's going to take longer. I was like, would you be down if I got out of the car? And could you stay here? Would you not drive away if I, like, removed the people? And he was like, dude, I got you. And I was like, all right, yell when it's this time, because then I need to get to work. So I had like 6 minutes.
I had 6 minutes to go dismantle people.
Yeah. So I took.
Were you hitting hard in your dream?
Yeah, because it wasn't a full dream. I was like Twilight zoned. So I could it was perfect.
Oh, you weren't even sleeping.
Yeah.
But you were there.
Oh yeah. It's like a kratom state. But it wasn't kratom. It was a pill version. You get like this nice Twilight zone-y feel. It's lull that you slip into. I love these drugs. But yeah, I picked, none of them are ever big, but I picked like the most athletic big person of them just to be respectful.
Obviously.
But they were all people, they're never it's never some jack dude that's doing this. So I took the first person and I just made an example of him. I really worked him over. And then everyone else pretty much cleared off. But then they did the thing where when you try to get back in the car, they like start
nudge
to move
back over.
So then I like spazzed all crazy.
This is a fantasy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So then I just was like going around like lightly attacking the rest of them to ensure.
You know what I love about this?
What?
Is that like I have thoughts of like, damn, yeah. Drive over, gone. Then I'm sorry. You have intricate details of like, and then I would do this.
No, the first guy, he's like curled up by the guardrail. I like fuck his world up.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like, so then after like they start to try to get in front of the car again, now I'm like, do you want me to fucking like kill this guy? Like, aren't you guys worried about him? Like, shouldn't you be worried about him and not standing in front of my car? And then, because I've appealed to their logical side, and they realized, man, this guy didn't even go crazy. He's thinking the clearest out of all of us.
He's the smartest man of the bunch. This is what you need to do to get us.
And then me and the Uber driver become friends, and we do like Rush Hour style comedies.
Oh, I see. Well, that's nice.
He was a Chris Tucker type.
A black guy.
A Chris Tucker type of black guy.
Okay. That is probably what you have to do, and then you'll blow up on TikTok, and then we'll get famous.
Yeah, we should stage that.
That's why we got to start going to these protests.
You're like, so what's got your goat? What's grinding your gears?
I wouldn't even. I would just stand there and be like, I still don't know what's happening right now. I don't know why people are so upset. That was weird.
That Ryan Long dude did a good interview where he was walking around the Diddy trial, and I guess he didn't realize that the press doesn't cross a certain line, so he just got like some exclusive interview with this weird ass dude on Diddy's team.
Really?
The guy was fully talking about like how black guys have bigger dicks than white dudes. He was like a weird dude. But when he was done with it, there was these guys that were like, dude, you were my hero, bro. No one has crossed that line, man. You went right over there. And he's like, everyone else is like journalists and stuff. Or not everyone. Some of them are other dickheads. But Ryan Long's got like a backwards hat on and a T-shirt. He's like, damn, that's crazy. Well, I'm a journalist too. So, I walked right up there. Like,
yeah. It's also like...
So you can get away with shit.
That's what I mean. You just got to Ricky your way into shit. And then just if you get yelled at, go, oh, my bad.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Like, oh, shit, my bad.
Hey, where do I go?
I'm on a new medicine.
I'm lost. Yeah, I just...
Hit anyone with that.
Yeah, I'm on a new medicine. I'm kind of fucked up right now. No, it's literally that. And just if you just act dumb as fuck. Oh, I didn't know there was a line. I've never done this before.
I'm up here and I'm fucking scared.
I'm fucking scared right now, dude.
Do you want some women hate that I wrote down?
Yeah, you're good at that.
I'm just gonna read what I wrote. Yeah, well, I'm sure when I was upset about something.
I'm sure it'll make sense.
I'm sure it'll reflect good on me. Girls say how hard it is for them because culture doesn't want women expressing themselves. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever the fuck. How about school is literally for girls? The thing that we had to do for 40 hours for 12 fucking years. And I never hear about how that was a thing. It's never, guys aren't allowed to complain that like, oh, school isn't set up for us. But girls get to whine and bitch about how work isn't set up for them. Meanwhile, it is at this point basically set up 100%. For them. But school, one, was feminized by the Russians during the Cold War, which is a fact.
That's a fact.
And two...
Apparently that dude's full of shit.
That dude might be full of shit, but I've heard other people say it also.
Yes.
And I'll look into it one of these days and verify it, but I'll continue to talk about it like it's already true.
Everything we know is fact until proven wrong.
I
Every fact is innocent until proven guilty.
Did you know we're like the only country that does it that way? I guess in other countries, it's like on you to prove your innocence. If someone accuses you of something. We're like one of the only countries where it's like, nah, motherfucker, like, tell me why I'm guilty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So where it's like you robbed that bank. Prove yourself wrong. It's like, how do you know I did that?
Right. Which seems crazy.
Prove it to me.
Again, that's a thing I read that might not be true, but it's a fact until proven otherwise.
England will also just lock you up at this point for sending a weird tweet.
Yeah.
If you retweet something, you get like jail time.
But if you're a prince and you rape children, you don't.
You're fine. Yeah, no. Yeah,
that's okay.
Prince,
and those kings are okay.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Trump. I just know that guy's bad.
Well, Trump's bad, is what their whole thing. Yeah. Prince Andrew, I think his name is. He says he wants to get the population down to 1 billion. And he says, when I die, if I can come back, I would like to come back as a virus to cleanse and wipe all these people out. This motherfucker says that.
Imagine what they say in private.
That's what I'm saying. At these Bilderberg meetings.
Said.
That's what I mean. You wonder why these meetings aren't fucking recorded. Because they'd be in fucking jail.
I do think there is a reptilian aspect to these people. I know that's like... We used to have such clear lines when we started this thing about, like, obviously we don't believe in lizard people. Obviously we don't believe in fucking Hollow Earth.
Obviously we don't believe in the Bible.
Yeah, and then later it's like, well, clearly the Bible is the closest thing we have
to a history book.
Yeah, to go off of. Dude, at that funeral I went to... Oh, did I talk to you about the funeral? Bro. You ever seen Wiggers at a funeral?
Mm-mm.
Dog.
They good?
Man busted out his best flap rim with the sticker still on it at a funeral, dog.
That's sick.
Dude.
That's sick.
2 of them.
That's sick.
2. I've never seen 2 hats at a
new...
funeral. I've only ever seen cowboy hats.
What kind of hat was it?
White Sox.
There's a Sox hat. Front flat bill sticker on it.
Fitted sticker on it.
What kind of outfit?
Dark jeans. Well, my mom screwed my whole situation because, and I almost asked, but I was like, no, she would have told me if it would have been a thing. And then I pulled up, and it was exactly what I thought was going to happen. I was the only person basically in a suit. Everyone else was wearing, like, polos at best, because that side of my family doesn't have the most. And the people that did have money that showed up, they kind of dressed down. Again, just rocked polos and stuff and didn't put a full suit on.
So you were the only guy in a suit?
I'm like one of two. His sons don't have suits on. I'm like crushing everybody.
I did that at a wedding once.
Really?
I pulled up to a wedding, and I was wearing oh, it's an outdoor wedding. It's in a barn. It's pretty, whatever. It's pretty casual. I heard, but then my one buddy who said, yeah, I'm wearing a suit. I go, okay, if you're wearing a suit. I wore like a dress shirt, dress pants. I had like a vest on and a bow tie, and I rolled the fucking things up. And I walk in, and I'm like, I look better than the groom. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, God damn it. Like, this is odd.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the little kids made fun of me.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, and you're right.
I'm surprised you just went for the suit. I thought yeah, I would do the same. But that's what I mean. Like, this is what it is, man. That's class. You got class.
I have shame.
A man wears a suit. You put a suit on. Someone died, you put a suit on.
I have guilt and shame and fear of what would happen if I did the wrong thing.
Exactly. You put the suit on. You could be uncomfortable for a little bit. Because the alternative is you're in the box.
Well, other people fully had, like, jeans on. And, like...
That's crazy.
Yeah. Some people didn't even have... One of the girls had shorter shorts on than I would have thought were appropriate for a funeral. Some of the women were wearing clothes that weren't funeral appropriate, which is fine, you know, maybe you don't own them. But then they weren't even black. And it's like, well, that seems easy. It seems easy enough to wear dark colors and not like a tie-dye-esque. Yeah.
I'm wearing a sundress. It's like, it's dark out right now. Like someone's dead.
It's